first 5 minutes. We talk about quarter after, half past, quarter till, AM and PM is another big thing. They have a tough time with that. So the skip counting kind of goes with, they need to be able to skip count if they're going to be able to, you know, count the minutes on the clock. So the skip counting kind of goes with that. And then the other part of Unit 3 is something called arrays, which you might be like, what is that? But this is an array. Ignore the part that's got the multiplication because we do not do any multiplication, but this does set them up for understanding multiplication. But an array is just things that are lined up into columns and rows. So this would be 4 rows of 3 for a total of 12. And it goes into like repeated addition. So they'll be looking at things like this could be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. So it's giving them that background information that they're going to need to know and understand before they can get to the multiplication. So those, for some reason, are in the same unit. I don't know. We do not question CMAP. Then we'll move into Unit 4, which is really the meat and potatoes of second grade math. This is where we really dig in more into the place value. We've touched on place value a little bit, but I put this up because we use a lot of these manipulatives, and I think that's important for you all to kind of see, you know, what the visual looks like. We use a square, 110 sticks, and singles or units, but when they move into proof drawings, they basically draw those things. So if that's what you're seeing at home, you know, a square is how they would draw the value of 100. A stick or a line would be the 10, and the singles, of course, would be 1. So, and then still in this quarter is where we go into 3-digit addition and subtraction, and that's where it starts really getting, you know, a little heavier, because with the subtraction we start into the what in the old days we call borrowing. Well, we do not want to say borrowing anymore. We call it decomposing, which brings me to well, I'll talk about it in a moment, but academic language. What happened to my reading? Oh, I suck at asking. I want to go to that other one first, and then I'll come back to that. For reading, I just kind of put an overview of the next few, the next 2 units. There's 2 units in this quarter. We are continuing with non-fiction text features. It's pretty much all non-fiction right now. We have already started, and we'll continue to talk about the author's purpose, and also we are moving into our big project for second grade, which is research of countries. And during that time, they will be working on comparing and contrasting between 2 books of the same topic, or 2 texts on the same topic. So that's why I put 2 books of China on there. But that's their big, that's where we combine reading, and they'll be reading about it, and then they will be writing a big research book. Can we flip it back then? So I wanted to talk just really quickly about what academic language is, in case you are not familiar with it. It is kind of the big thing right now for us as teachers. There's social language and there is academic language. And of course, social language is, you know, hey dude, what's up, that kind of thing. You know, very casual conversation talk. Academic language, though, is where we're using the proper words, that the educational words. And what we would like to start getting to you are the getting to you is the language, the words that we want you as parents to be using in conversation with them, because research has shown that this is one of the bigger indicators of success later, is that they're able to use and understand those words. So if it says describe whatever, and they don't know what the word describe means, then that's a problem. And so, you know, we don't want to water down what they're saying. So I don't want to take any more time, but we will be sending, hopefully through class tag or newsletters or whatever, the words of your current unit so that you can be using that same language with us, because as you're going through homeworks and things like that, you need to be using the same words or it's going to be confusing for them.
Hey.
Actually, I think it's...
You want me to go ahead and do reading